Each year, departments in the college nominate an outstanding graduate student who has evidenced exceptional scholarship to serve as our speaker at this celebration program. Our student speaker for this celebration for our graduate degree recipients is Maggie Goddard. A 2011 graduate of Haverford College with a major in religion, Maggie is a candidate for a master's degree in American Studies. As a graduate teaching assistant this past year, she assisted in the course on race, American medicine, and public health, and in the course on epidemics in American history, as well as coordinating the religion working group. Her scholarship focuses on race, gender, and mass media in American culture, and she is presented at George Mason, American University, and the University of Maryland. Her mentors describe her as one of those master's students with the academic sophistication equal to a doctoral student. Outside of the department, she has interned at the Corcoran College of Art in the Education and Interpretation departments, during which time she promoted an exhibition titled The Alien's Guide to the Ruins of Washington, D.C., by dressing in a green spandex bodysuit and dancing in front of the Lincoln Memorial. I don't think she'll be doing that this morning. After graduation, Maggie will be researching the material culture of political expression on a grant with Professor Teresa Murphy and a colleague from the Smithsonian Museum of American History. Maggie.
Thank you. Good morning. After submitting my last final paper, and as a new Master of America, blasting Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA, I was reminded of that final scene in Finding Nemo. The occupants of the dentist's fish tank escape back into the ocean in plastic bags, and all of the fishes celebrate. But then Bloat, the pufferfish, in the deep, gravelly voice of Brad Garrett, asks, "Now what?" In addition to Steve McQueen-esque escapades, it's also a great question for grad school graduates. However, I hope that we can cultivate responses that extend beyond the acquisition of a job and instead suggest the determination and drive of the West Wing's President Bartlett and his favorite phrase, "What's next?" In order to answer that question in American Studies fashion, I would like to first focus on the diploma as a cultural text. While the diploma suggests completion, I hope to frame its conferral not as an end, but as the acquisition of tools to explore the world around us. Over the past 2 years, we have read, discussed, and wrote about texts with the support of our professors and the insights of our peers. The diploma represents the culmination of that labor, but it also reveals our collective sense of curiosity. From the fish tank to the ocean, how will we apply these acquired tools? As we leave George Washington, we should continue to use these techniques to chart our own trajectories. While I sincerely apologize for the graduation speech cliché, the past 2 years reflect both a scholastic and personal journey. In my first graduate class, Scope and Methods, we sought to answer, what is American Studies? Whenever people ask me that, I always respond, that's a great question. Our final papers were review essays that examined scholarship on some topic in the field, and I focused on the issue of automobility, the assumed autonomy of motorists, and the significant role of government regulation and support in the automotive industry. In other words, I began graduate school by examining other people's scholarship and first locating myself based on others' trajectories. For my final paper this last semester, I wrote about Google Maps, an open web technology that invites interaction. Rather than studying traditional uses, I investigated improvisational techniques, ways that people appropriate the Google Maps API and invent their own representational models that destabilize the normalization and power implicit in the politics of vision. From the old to the new, from consumption to production, from the map to the road, my experience at George Washington has empowered me as an academic and prepared me to make my own scholarly interventions. In February, cultural studies scholar Stuart Hall passed away, but he left an incredible legacy. His work on language and hegemony is crucial to understanding relationships of power, and his analysis of reciprocity in cultural texts effectively destabilized sharp distinctions between producers and consumers. However, the following is one of my favorite quotations from Stuart Hall. "Theory is always a detour on the way to something more important." Without disparaging theory, I think that the term detour is helpful. Theory allows us to walk through a problem, to understand its contours and challenges. Through theory, we can cleave new paths, but we must stay close to the road, the issue at hand. In addition to our attention and focus, our contemporary problems require collaboration. As graduates of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences, we are uniquely poised to foster interdisciplinary collectivities that can address the social and cultural challenges of our time. Or, to return to Finding Nemo, we need to keep swimming down together. Both our questions and our provisional answers will be complicated and messy, but through the tools signified by our diplomas, we will conceptualize, theorize, and address these challenges. In these ways, we must both individually and collectively answer Fish Brad Garrett, "Now what?" Thank you.